Good evening, everyone. It's evening already, so I'll not take much of your time. I'll just give you a brief on what we are doing from social service point of view. Since morning, you have been hearing on various PSF verticals, various PSF activities that we are doing. There is one common thing in all our activities. If someone can highlight that, can someone just guess what is that common thing? Giving back to the society. So professionals are part of the society. So all our programs are designed in such a way that we give back to the professionals. PSF is a non-profit organization. It's a one-stop shop for all the professionals. Whatever growth opportunities you need, whatever upskilling opportunities you need, we have it all here. Okay, so what are we doing from social service point of view? I'll just start with a quote. Okay, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. That is what we believe in. So we have heard about burnout syndrome. We have heard about various other issues that professionals face at workplace. What is one single point formula or a shortcut to get a relief of all these crisis issues? What is that? It is simple: helping others. While you are on the way to this summit, someone might have asked you what is the route map. You might have helped him on the route map. You might have guided them, right? Today you have heard a lot of panelists and a lot of discussions. What is the takeaway? Okay, you made a note of a lot of points by yourself. You have it in your mind. What is the takeaway? Takeaway is, can you share these with your fellow colleagues? Can you share these with your fellow relatives, your cousins or your colleagues or your friends who are also professionals? If that is the case, then you are also part of the social service wing. Okay. So apart from that, there is something called as charity. We give alms. Okay. We visit our prayer halls. Outside we find beggars and then we give some money to them. We are on the way to office. We find a lot of beggars at the traffic signals. We help them out. Right. That is good. All that is well and good. Okay. But what we are trying to achieve, what we are trying to plan from PSF is sustainable development projects. Okay, what we believe is development beyond charity. Let's not restrict ourselves to just charity. Okay, we are not here to just spend 50 rupees, give alms to someone. And there is a famous saying, right? Like, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. Okay, you have taught a man to fish. How is he doing in fishing? Okay, we have different programs, we have different activities in there. Okay, so what do I get with social service? Basically, the first thing that I get is contentment, satisfaction, happiness. Okay, after a tiresome week, if you spend 1 hour teaching some soft skill or some skill to an underprivileged child, okay, the kind of a sleep you get, the kind of a contentment you get after that is awesome. Okay, you might have experienced it in the past. So what we are planning here, what we are doing here in PSF is we want to provide you a platform where you can spend your 3 things, either of them or all of them. It is time, money, and skills. Okay, if you look at the slide here, it may not be readable for you. Time is like you spend some time volunteering for any activities. You have heard about the importance of volunteerism. And for all your information, we all know that during pandemic, social service or social act was the most important thing out there. And we all have done our piece during pandemic. Okay, so in PSF, we request you to spend your time. Okay, share your skills, okay, and then also contribute your money. How do I contribute my money? It's not just alms giving, it is not just charity. You have to invest, you have to find out avenues where you can invest your money for a sustainable project. Okay, we want to build projects which are sustainable, self-sustainable. So we don't want to build something or start up any activity which will become a backbone for the community. So जब तक PSF है, so community is living or the slum development is happening. When PSF is done and people are not there anymore, all the activities, good activities and welfare activities that we have done is back to zero. That should not be the case. Okay, so coming to the next slide, what have we done in the past? Before that, these are our core objectives. One is sustainable development. The first thing is sustainable development. As I said, we emphasize on working on self-sustainable programs. Okay, we just don't want to end up in charity and alms giving. The second is financial empowerment. Financial empowerment is JCG is one example. Skills Academy is another example. We impart skills to those people who are struggling in the market, in the job market, right? That is also a part of financial empowerment. And there are a lot of other activities which I don't have time to take you through all those activities. Okay. The third thing is mentoring. The kind of mentor-mentee relationship and mentor-mentee program that you heard just some time back is for professionals. Can you just sit back and think, what if you mentor school children or underprivileged children? Okay, have you mentored someone who is a son of a vegetable vendor? Okay, so that way you can create value in their lives. So we have mentoring programs, and we have relief works. We focus on, we are always on the toes during crisis situation, especially during COVID. We have done our best. Our volunteers who are spread across Hyderabad and Secunderabad, they have done their best. They have given their best in whatever possible ways during pandemic. The other one is SME support. Everyone here is a professional. Okay, you are skilled in some or the other technology. You might be from sales background, marketing background, technology background, or you might be an electrical engineer, electronics engineer, whatever profession you might be of, right? So you have some unique skill, or you are an expert in your domain. Why don't you use your domain expertise in empowering someone, in changing someone's life? So I'll just give a food for thought. Okay, just sit back, or once you are back to your home, just have a thought like, how can your skill bring a change in someone's life? Just a simple example, right? If you are good in Excel, if you are good in Microsoft Excel, have you just just give a thought that you are approaching a low budget school or a government school and just offering your skills there. Okay, even today there are a lot of low budget schools who are maintaining their records in a hard copy in a register. You simply sit with them, maintain their records in a Microsoft Excel, teach them how to maintain that, and then you are done. You have done a great job, right? So you teach their staff how to handle that. That's an SME support. You are supporting with your expertise. You don't have to learn something and to help someone. What you have, you give it, right? That is what we do. So during SME support, we have projects which are initiated and run by PSF, and we are also having projects which we collaborate with other fellow NGOs. Okay, that comes with the partnership. So these are our core objectives. In the next slide, a few glimpses here. Financial literacy awareness program. What we thought is, like, we have to spread awareness. Awareness is the key to change. Okay, please remember this. So what we thought is, we will create awareness on financial literacy across slum locations, across low budget schools, government schools. Even the children should be taught on how to manage their expenses, how money works, how people earn money, how people spend their money, how people save their money, right? So as part of that, we have conducted one financial literacy program in one of the slums here in Hyderabad. Apart from that, we have conducted many soft skill training programs, career guidance programs across schools and other communities. We have also set up a call center during MLC elections. Okay, and then we have conducted blood donation camps and career guidance programs. These are just few activities. In the next slide, you can see our contribution during pandemic. Okay, the first thing, a unique program that we started was psychosocial counseling. Okay, this is a unique program which was targeted at those people who were feeling anxiety, who were stressed out with the pandemic situation. There were a lot of people and lot of families who were locked down, right, within a house. Father locked down in a room, mother in another room, children in another room. There were situations like that. So a thought came to us that since we are all working remote, why don't we start counseling these people? Why don't we start giving them moral support? That way we started this psychosocial counseling. We had 42 registered counselors. Out of that, 12 counselors were from psychology background. Okay, there were licensed psychologists also part of us, and in the back end we had a team of doctors for standby support. So we had a missed call service rolled out. There was a number flashed and publicized across. Anyone who needs some moral support, he or she has to just make a missed call to us, and then we contact them back and provide the counseling. And this was done in a very professional way. This is not just a you have to do it, so do it. That is not the approach. So we have designed it in such a way that it should follow the professional approach in consultation with the experts in that domain. Okay, so we have done it in a three-staged manner. So that was there, and then we have successfully counseled 20 and more than 20 beneficiaries. Secondly, we have run a Feed the Hungry campaign during the lockdown. We have run this, and you can see the numbers here. There are a lot of details behind each and every activity. Maybe sometime we will organize another session, or maybe you can personally reach out to us and find out what we have done. So we have reached out to many people who were impacted with this pandemic in this food distribution and the Feed the Hungry campaign. The third important thing that we have done is plasma donation camp. We have organized a plasma donation camp, and we encouraged professionals to be part of that. A lot of professionals have come forward and donated and they have benefited with this program. Next slide, please. Continuation to that, you can see that PSF is a network of more than 500 people, and you might be surprising to know that we just have one full-time employee. We all are volunteers. We all are connected over virtual networks. Okay, someone in my family or in my extended family needs blood and he or she is not well, I'll just inform my fellow PSF member, and that spreads like a fire, and I get support from there. So that is how we have a vast network of professionals. So utilizing that, we have done this tremendous job of provisioning oxygen cylinders. Wherever in any corner of the city there was a requirement of oxygen cylinders or oxygen concentrators, we spread it like this. Okay, so that way we have helped a lot of people who were distressed and affected by pandemic. The another unique activity that we have done is there was a charity hospital that was established during pandemic, and we got a request to provide some recruitment support because during then paramedical staff was very much in demand, right? There were a lot of paramedical people who were stepping back, and they were also facing this burnout syndromes and all due to the pandemic and what are the after effects of pandemic. So what we have done is we have built a network. HR people, HR professionals who are part of PSF, they stepped forward and they provided this recruitment support for this particular hospital. So you can see this, one of our achievements is we were rewarded by government of Telangana. We have a certificate of appreciation, and that the one which Mr. Jayesh Ranjan was just mentioning some time back. That's a great accomplishment. Besides the COVID support, our volunteers are always on toes for crisis situations. We all know that we had a flood situation in Hyderabad during 2020. All our volunteers were busy in providing essential services and helping the distressed people. So you can see some glimpses here in the next slide. Next slide, please. So what is next? So we have been doing all these activities. Now we are focusing on those activities which we can run as a project. What is a project basically? Can social work have a project? Can social service be a project? Of course, yes. Right? We are just not doing something on an event base, or it is not a reactive based activity. So we have designed these three projects which we expect that a lot of people will join us in making this successful. So one is school-based mentoring. We want to roll out this program as soon as possible, and in fact we were about to roll it out earlier, but due to the lockdown situations and school, the change in schedule of the academic calendar, right, we stopped this program. So now we are waiting for all of you to join, so that we can simply roll it out and let the underprivileged children get benefited. So school-based mentoring is basically we attach a mentor with a group of underprivileged children, those who are studying either in government schools or low budget schools. So there will be a mentor-mentee journey starting from there. So we work, I mean, we act like their big brother or a big sister, so that during the journey we are there for all of their queries, be it academic or non-academic. So details of this program will be shared with you across the WhatsApp groups. The second important activity or important project that we are going to roll out is Unlock Your DNA. Unlock Your DNA might sound little different, and it is unique name. The main objective of this program is to towards a moral society, to get rid of the evils that we see in our society. There are a lot of evils that we see in our society. What we are planning to do is we are planning to create an awareness and a rigorous and intensive program for adolescents. So where we will have two sort of programs. One is boys talk and the other one is girls talk. These sessions will be separate for boys and separate for girls. All the social evils that we find today will be discussed during these sessions and will create awareness among these adolescents. The third important activity is financial literacy, as I just said some time back. So we are planning to roll it out across the slum locations and across the small business owners. Okay, you can see a lot of vegetable push carts or people owning their kirana shops or pan shops, right? So we want people, everyone, to be aware of the financial aspects of business. Okay, including the personal finances also. So these are very unique projects that we are going to roll out, and we request those people who are interested to be part of this, please come down to PSF office, or you can talk to me after this session, or you can call on our contact numbers. So how can you get involved? There are three ways that you can get involved. One is volunteering. Whenever we have an activity, we usually share those details across the social media platforms. You can be part of us. You can volunteer for our activities, wherein you can spend your time and skills. Second is collaborate. If you are belonging to any NGO, any organization, or if you know any NGO who works on grassroots level, you can suggest for a collaboration, and we can collaborate with those NGOs. Third thing is you can sponsor. You can contribute with your money. Whatever activities that we are running, we request for generous contributions to make it successful. So this is how you can get enrolled. The entire gist of what I just said is, while we are very conscious about our personal well-being, while we are very conscious about our personal professional growth and professional development, it is equally important to look back and see what are we giving back to the society. So that is a food for thought. Thank you for joining us.